Welcome to today's video about foods most responsible for causing dementia. Did you know that nearly 55 million people worldwide are currently living with dementia, and that number is expected to triple by 2050? But here's the shocking part. Some of the foods we eat every day could be speeding up this devastating condition. Are you unknowingly putting your brain at risk with what's on your plate? Is that innocent-looking popcorn actually damaging your memory? And what about the foods that scientists have proven to be the most dangerous for your brain health? Stick with us, because by the end of this video, you'll not only learn which foods are most responsible for causing dementia, but also why they wreak havoc on your brain, and what you can do to protect yourself starting today. From sugary favorites to hidden dangers in everyday meals, the answers might surprise you. So grab your notepad, hit that subscribe button, and let's uncover the truth about these silent threats to your brain and life. Just a quick reminder, the information provided in this video is for educational purposes only and is not intended as a substitute for professional medical advice. Please note, every piece of information here has been authenticated by a cadre of professional researchers. All right, let's dive straight into the foods most linked to dementia risk. Kicking off with number 1, ultra-processed foods. Diets rich in ultra-processed foods have been linked to an increased risk of dementia. These foods often contain high levels of unhealthy fats, sugars, and additives, which can contribute to chronic inflammation and oxidative stress, both detrimental to brain health. A 2024 study published in American Academy of Neurology found that individuals consuming higher amounts of ultra-processed foods had a 16% increased risk of cognitive impairment. Beyond their poor nutritional profiles, ultra-processed foods may also disrupt gut microbiota balance, leading to systemic inflammation that can adversely affect the brain. Additionally, the high glycemic load of many ultra-processed foods can cause blood sugar spikes, potentially impairing insulin sensitivity and increasing the risk of neurodegenerative diseases. Regular consumption of these foods has also been associated with hypertension and cardiovascular issues, which are known risk factors for vascular dementia. Reducing the intake of ultra-processed foods and replacing them with whole, minimally processed foods, such as fruits, vegetables, whole grains, and lean proteins, may help mitigate these risks and support overall brain health. Next, number 2, processed meats. High consumption of preserved and processed meat, such as bacon, sausages, and deli meats, has been linked to an increased risk of dementia due to its harmful effects on brain health. One of the key contributors is the presence of nitrites and nitrates, chemical preservatives added to processed meats to enhance shelf life and color. When consumed in high amounts, these compounds can lead to oxidative stress and neuroinflammation, both of which are critical drivers of cognitive decline. Additionally, processed meats are often high in sodium and saturated fats, which contribute to hypertension and impaired blood flow to the brain, major risk factors for vascular dementia. A 2021 study published in the American Journal of Clinical Nutrition analyzed over 490,000 participants from the UK Biobank and found that consuming just 25 grams of processed meat daily was associated with a 44% increased risk of dementia. This research highlighted not only the direct neurotoxic impact of preservatives, but also the broader consequences of disrupted metabolism and chronic inflammation caused by regular consumption. Furthermore, advanced glycation end products formed during meat processing and cooking exacerbate oxidative damage to brain tissues. Reducing processed meat intake can play a significant role in lowering dementia risk and protecting cognitive health. Next, number 3. Foods high in saturated fats. Emerging research indicates that diets rich in saturated fats may elevate the risk of Alzheimer's disease. A 2024 Mendelian randomization study, published in the British Journal of Psychiatry, found that increased intake of total and saturated fats is associated with a higher risk of Alzheimer's, independent of other nutrient intakes. Saturated fats, prevalent in foods like fatty meats and full-fat dairy products, can contribute to the development of visceral fat, deep abdominal fat, surrounding vital organs. Recent findings presented at the Radiological Society of North America annual meeting suggest that higher levels of visceral fat are linked to increased accumulation of amyloid plaques and tau proteins in the brain, which are hallmark indicators of Alzheimer's disease. Additionally, diets high in saturated fats often coincide with increased consumption of processed meats and refined sugars, which can exacerbate inflammation and oxidative stress. These factors further contribute to neurodegenerative processes associated with dementia. In summary, excessive intake of saturated fats may promote the accumulation of visceral fat and enhance inflammatory pathways, thereby increasing the risk of Alzheimer's disease. Adopting dietary patterns that limit saturated fat intake, such as the Mediterranean or DASH diets, may help mitigate this risk. Next, number 4. Foods high in trans fats. Consuming foods containing trans fats has been closely linked to cognitive decline and dementia. Trans fats, commonly found in partially hydrogenated oils used in processed snacks, margarine, and commercially baked goods, have a detrimental impact on brain health by promoting inflammation and oxidative stress. These unhealthy fats interfere with cholesterol regulation, which is essential for maintaining brain cell membranes and proper neuron function. A 2023 study, published in the Journal of Alzheimer's Disease, found that higher blood levels of trans fats were associated with a 50 to 75% increased risk of Alzheimer's disease and other forms of dementia. Researchers emphasized that trans fats impair blood flow to the brain, which can accelerate the accumulation of amyloid plaques, a hallmark of Alzheimer's disease. Plaques disrupt communication between brain cells, leading to memory loss and cognitive dysfunction over time. The study also pointed out that individuals consuming trans fats over prolonged periods had smaller brain volumes compared to those who limited their intake. This reduction in brain size is often observed in neurodegenerative diseases like dementia. Replacing trans fats with healthier fats, such as those in olive oil, avocados, and nuts, can help mitigate this risk and support long-term cognitive health. Next, number 5. Sugary beverages. Excessive consumption of sugar-laden drinks, such as sodas and fruit-flavored beverages, has been linked to an increased risk of dementia. These beverages can lead to elevated blood glucose levels, which may cause insulin resistance and inflammation, both factors that negatively impact brain health. A 2023 study published in the American Journal of Clinical Nutrition examined data from the UK Biobank and found that individuals consuming more than 2 servings of sugar-sweetened beverages daily had a 34% higher risk of developing dementia compared to non-consumers. The study also noted that moderate intake of natural juices was associated with a lower risk of dementia, suggesting that the source of sugars plays a significant role in cognitive health. The high sugar content in these drinks can contribute to obesity, diabetes, and cardiovascular diseases, all of which are known risk factors for dementia. Additionally, excessive sugar intake may promote the formation of advanced glycation end products, which can accumulate in the brain and disrupt normal function. Reducing the consumption of sugary beverages and opting for healthier alternatives like water, herbal teas, or natural fruit juices may help mitigate these risks and support overall brain health. Next, number 6. Refined carbohydrates. Diets abundant in refined carbohydrates, such as white bread, pastries, and sugary snacks, have been linked to an increased risk of cognitive decline and dementia. These foods cause rapid spikes in blood glucose levels, leading to insulin resistance over time. Insulin resistance can impair the brain's ability to utilize glucose efficiently, resulting in reduced energy for neuronal function and promoting neurodegenerative processes. Additionally, high intake of refined carbs contributes to systemic inflammation and oxidative stress, both of which are detrimental to brain health. A study published in BMC Medicine in 2024 examined the relationship between dietary sugar intake and dementia risk. Analyzing data from over 210,000 participants, researchers found that higher consumption of sugars, particularly from refined carbohydrates, was associated with an increased risk of developing dementia. The study suggests that diets high in refined sugars may contribute to cognitive decline through mechanisms involving insulin resistance and inflammation. To support cognitive health, it is advisable to limit the intake of refined carbohydrates and opt for complex carbohydrates found in whole grains, vegetables, and legumes. These alternatives provide a more stable release of glucose, reducing the risk of insulin resistance and supporting overall brain function. Next, number 7. Excessive alcohol. Chronic alcohol misuse can lead to significant brain damage, including alcohol-related dementia. This condition arises from prolonged, excessive alcohol consumption, resulting in neurological impairment and cognitive decline. A 2023 study, published in eNeuro, examined the effects of repeated alcohol intoxication on mice genetically predisposed to Alzheimer's disease. The findings indicated that such alcohol exposure accelerated cognitive decline by approximately 2 months compared to control groups. This suggests that excessive alcohol consumption may hasten the progression of dementia in individuals with genetic susceptibilities. It's important to note that alcohol-related brain damage is not solely due to the direct toxic effects of alcohol. Factors such as alcohol withdrawal, nutritional deficiencies, electrolyte disturbances, and liver damage also contribute to cognitive impairment. To mitigate these risks, adhering to recommended alcohol consumption guidelines is crucial. The Australian Alcohol Guidelines advise individuals over 18 to consume no more than 10 standard drinks per week and no more than 4 on any single day. Exceeding these limits can increase the likelihood of developing alcohol-related dementia and other health complications. In summary, sustained heavy drinking poses a significant risk to cognitive health, potentially leading to conditions like alcohol-related dementia. Limiting alcohol intake and maintaining a balanced diet are essential steps in preserving brain function and reducing the risk of dementia. Next, number 8. High-sodium foods. Excessive consumption of salty foods has been linked to cognitive decline and an increased risk of dementia. A study published in Genes and Nutrition in March 2024 utilized Mendelian randomization to explore this relationship. The researchers found that higher dietary salt intake was causally associated with an increased risk of overall dementia. This suggests that reducing salt consumption could be a viable strategy for lowering dementia risk. The mechanisms behind this association are multifaceted. High sodium intake can lead to hypertension, which is a well-established risk factor for vascular dementia due to its detrimental effects on cerebral blood vessels. Additionally, excessive salt may induce endothelial dysfunction, reducing nitric oxide availability and impairing cerebral blood flow. This vascular impairment can contribute to cognitive deficits over time. Moreover, animal studies have indicated that high-salt diets might promote the accumulation of tau proteins in the brain, a hallmark of Alzheimer's disease, further linking sodium intake to neurodegenerative processes. Given these findings, moderating dietary salt intake emerges as a practical approach to support brain health and potentially mitigate the risk of dementia. Incorporating potassium-rich foods, such as fruits and vegetables, may also help counteract the negative effects of high sodium levels. Adopting a balanced diet that emphasizes whole foods over processed items can contribute to overall cognitive well-being. Next, number 9. Fried foods. Regular consumption of fried foods has been linked to an increased risk of dementia. These foods are typically high in unhealthy fats, particularly trans fats, which can lead to the accumulation of beta-amyloid plaques in the brain, a hallmark of Alzheimer's disease. Additionally, the high temperatures used in frying produce advanced glycation end products, compounds that promote oxidative stress and inflammation, both detrimental to cognitive health. A 2022 study published in JAMA Neurology examined the dietary habits of over 11,000 individuals and found that higher consumption of ultra-processed foods, including fried items, was associated with a faster rate of cognitive decline. Participants who derived more than 20% of their daily caloric intake from such foods experienced a 28% faster decline in global cognitive scores, including memory and executive function, compared to those with minimal ultra-processed food intake. Moreover, fried foods often contain high levels of sodium, contributing to hypertension, a known risk factor for vascular dementia. The combination of unhealthy fats, sodium, and calorie density in fried foods can also lead to obesity and type 2 diabetes, further elevating dementia risk. Therefore, limiting the intake of fried foods and opting for healthier cooking methods, such as baking or steaming, may help preserve cognitive function and reduce the risk of dementia. Next, number 10. Artificial sweeteners. Emerging research suggests that the consumption of artificial sweeteners may have adverse effects on cognitive health. A 2023 study published in Scientific Reports found that aspartame, a common sugar substitute, led to memory deficits in mice. Notably, these cognitive impairments were heritable, affecting subsequent generations. Beyond aspartame, other artificial sweeteners like saccharin and sucralose have been implicated in altering gut microbiota composition. Such changes can disrupt the gut-brain axis, potentially influencing cognitive functions. Additionally, a 2017 study in the journal Strokes reported an association between the intake of artificially sweetened beverages and an increased risk of dementia and stroke. Participants consuming at least one diet drink daily were nearly 3 times more likely to develop these conditions compared to non-consumers. These findings highlight the need for further investigation into the long-term cognitive effects of artificial sweeteners and underscore the importance of moderation in their consumption. Next, number 11. Microwave popcorn. The buttery flavor in microwave popcorn is often achieved using diacetyl, a chemical that has raised health concerns. A 2012 study, published in Chemical Research in Toxicology, found that diacetyl can promote the aggregation of beta-amyloid proteins, a hallmark of Alzheimer's disease. The study also noted that diacetyl can cross the blood-brain barrier and inhibit mechanisms that clear beta-amyloid from the brain. In addition to diacetyl, microwave popcorn bags may contain perfluorinated compounds used in the packaging to prevent grease leakage. These compounds can leach into the popcorn during microwaving and have been associated with various health issues. While direct links between perfluorinated compounds and dementia are still under investigation, their potential neurotoxic effects are a growing concern. Given these findings, it's advisable to be cautious with the consumption of microwave popcorn, especially varieties containing artificial butter flavorings. Opting for air-popped or stovetop popcorn using natural ingredients can be a healthier alternative. And that's it for today's video. I hope you found this information eye-opening and valuable. Now it's your turn. Are you consuming any of these foods we discussed? If yes, have you noticed any changes in your memory, focus, or overall brain health? Share your experiences in the comments below. We'd love to hear your story. If this video was helpful, then kindly type yes in the comment box. That simple gesture truly motivates us to keep creating more valuable content like this to help you live a healthier, happier life. Don't forget to hit the like button, subscribe to our channel, and turn on the notification bell so you never miss out on future videos packed with health insights. Until next time, take care of your brain, because it's the only one you've got.